a one and done over trading weakness. I found a trade, but I'm not willing to take it until I find a better setup. Yeah. And it would be on this candle as well. Stop loss would be previous high, which seems a bit too far. Even over here would be probably here would be the best option. What's the other things to do? Need to draw the fib. Need to been a steady trend upwards, so my guess is it's probably going to come down or a bit retrace. Need to draw a fib and then might possibly look at the Discord and see if they're thinking of the same direction or trading that way already. There's another one, another confirmation for a down move, possibly. Have my rectangle ready for orb when that is set. Right, trying to have a look at the Discord. See what they're
Closed all my accounts. I don't know why they would just charge me like that. There we go. I'm closing that. I'm full closed out of the position here. Anywhere knows that lead.
They're watching S&P, which is the top 500 companies.
Tapping TPs right here, baby. We're tapping TPs right here. Here we go. My stop loss is at break even, and we're rolling. There we go. There we go. Keep going, Daddy.
Yeah, so they called a sell, and they're selling at the moment,
Daddy, don't stop. Daddy, don't stop.
which is cool because we called that as well.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What are you gonna buy? Daddy wants a nice new, maybe something I could fit in. Maybe a Range Rover, Poppy. Maybe a Range Rover. Maybe Daddy wants a Range Rover. Oh, don't drive down there. Don't drive down there. I got two cons left. Oh, don't stop. Oh, let's put that in a gapper though. Oh wow. Don't stop. I'm gonna got my stop losses at 101, sir. 101 I'm out. If it is 101 I'm out. Oh man, Big Daddy, how did you short it so many
Looks like the trade just finished here. There'll be a potential reversal in this area. That would have been 50 points, which is 2,000, I think, $2,000, if I can remember right. That was a good trade idea. Okay, that's the last gap that I drew. So I think the idea is because we have just created the high of the day in the last half an hour, 1 hour. It should be hunting for the low of the day in market open, and it could keep pushing down after that. But okay, we're approaching a fib level. There's a potential area for reversal here. What I'd like to see is a fake out and 3Z. The trade idea played out. That would have been a almost a 100 points, 100 point move. If caught from the top easily. Right, so we're touching here. Potential reversal and play. Would be really good to take a long position here. Back to VWAP. be interesting to see what happens here. Whether we push down even further, way to the low. Or yeah, so with this in mind, we want to see the fake out and then the 3Z, or we want to see the complete push down to market open in the lows before pushing back up to mid. Have a look what they're up to and what they think. This could be a quad play here. Take out this low, pushing up. Okay, here's the low we've formed. I'll do midline here. And okay, pocket's flipped now, so this is something I'd be keen to take. But it hasn't hit the low yet. Pocket's flipped. I've seen Pock flip before and it continued to drop, so I might just wait it out. But if I was to take it, I'd do it off here. Current candle off this like a 3Z. Yeah. So the idea is this. Got a fake out. Then we've got our 4 bar play.
lucky he wasn't next to me because I would have punched him right in his schmeckle.
Bud, I bought you the cognac.
Right, right. I know, but still, you know.
I bought you that cognac.
Yeah, yeah.
It
It was.
cost
There's the little
$400.
down push. Hold on here. The down push. This is directly at the. You know, you see it right here. And let's see if it bottoms out. I love how NQ newer low, E lure could be now the flipper directly out of 786ers. Um, or if it just keeps fucking bleeding. I don't know. It's fucking just bleeding today. It's just fucking bleeding today.
Need
But
to push this over to the
that's
side
the
there
interesting
and
thing.
move this over here.
Little extra down move we wanted to see. I wonder if this holds or not. To be honest.
Because I want to see SPX over here.
Alarm set.
For continuation lower.
I got my fun little alarm set.
Let's see. 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 Let's
Yo.
see.
I gotta run outside real quick.
What you gotta do there, twin? You gotta do there, twin? Let's see. Let's see.
Gotta drop
Nice
homeboy,
flip
bro. I gotta
though.
give homie his fucking drive back. I got the Uber courier. I gotta give him
Oh.
his drive. I uploaded all the film, bro.
How much
I'm about
was
to
it? How
show
many gigs?
everyone. I'm about to show everyone what Jamie looks like in a fucking bikini at the pool.
Oh, fuck, I
Be
need
right
that.
back.
Pull that footage out, Maxie. We kind of need it here. I don't know, guys. Looks like it's bottoming out. It's kind of interesting.
So this could be the fake out.
Interesting here.
Push back into orb.
Definitely kind of interesting here. It's kind of bottoming out, kind of interesting. Now, if it does break over, I think 60, then it would be really good. But it's just so hard to call a fucking bottom, you know? Like the only way, look, you guys know, you look, I'll show you. You guys want to know how to call a bottom? I can teach you. This is strictly in the course. I'm gonna give y'all. Let me figure out how to do this. All right. This is in the course, strictly in the course, guys. Do you want to learn? Let me get a one in the chat if you guys want to learn how to call a bottom. All right. It looks like you guys want to learn how to call a bottom. This is how you do it right here. Hold on. Bang. Yo.
What's going on? What'd you do, bro? You know what's so funny? What'd you just do?
I just gave the greatest master class in the trading industry, bro. You
What'd
really
you do?
missed it?
I what?
No, bruh. No, you did not miss the greatest teaching I ever did. I just taught everyone how to call a bottom.
And
You
then
want?
you called Logan. That's the
We
funniest
called
shit.
the fucking bottom, twin. Called the fucking bottom.
On what?
Yo, this can be the flip here, guys. This could actually be the flip here. Hold on, this is looking good. If it prints over 60,
Bro, wait for my alert.
then it's interesting. Dog, that was funny as fuck. I know Logan looked at his phone. He's fucking pissed. Fucking pissed. Man, that was funny. Holy shit. Y'all fuck with that? That was good or what?
That was good,
Jesus.
Poppy. That was
Hold on,
good.
hold on. It's looking solid here. Hold
Bro,
the phone here, buddy.
you know what I was gonna say, Lama?
Here's
You know
the
what's so
prince.
funny?
Here's the prince. Look at this
You know what's
786 respect here. Look at this.
bro,
Look
if
at this.
this actually rips above 70 and that was the bottom, I need a clip. We need to clip that. We need to clip that.
Just slap Logan's face on it right there. It has to give a print though. No print, no good. But this is looking really good off the 786. It's looking really good. Look at this body close.
So the first idea I had was gun. It was mean. The second idea here I was about to take it, but then I had a thought on an experience I had where I tried to call this before on a POC flip using the volume profile, and it reversed on me and didn't work. So that's why I didn't take it.
Can't believe they
Mm.
fucking recharged me on a
It
fucking
done that. It reversed.
Something funny.
pop it and
We're back up to POC now.
The guy who just picked up the
And the next one I'll look at probably that one there.
Dominican, and I knew that.
he had open foot sandals.
He had on,
Which can and cannot happen. I don't know.
and he had this fucking.
I think the push off
Pulled up, and he went.
of this here is good.
Puppy. I was like, damn. I know, with confidence.
Probably target the midline, to be honest.
This
At
guy's
least.
Dominican.
But it's 50 points
From
again.
the show has taught me something. It's great that I can.
POC has moved down a bit.
Dominican.
We'll see if POC holds and
No
we
black.
get a break above it.
Pinpoint a Dominican from miles away now. Poppy, I know black.
Because you took the course. Because you took the course. I gave you the fucking mentorship. I'm telling you. You see open-toed sandals and
I'd like
clothing. 98% chance Dominican. 98% chance. Just past 3 TPTs on the long. I might
see it pushing back up into here. Hitting POC. Pushing back down to here. Also know of another trade idea.
It's just as interesting.
Which is about yesterday's 9 to 4. 9:30 to 4.
Poppy, I know black.
Not that one. Yeah. Volume profile.
What you got on your feet?
You really said show me your feet. I thought you were talking about. Damn.
Here to here. And the POC would be
Where are they at? Where your shoes at? They washing machine.
up here. POC.
Bro, he was Dominican. He had some music blasting. He had some tight little shorts on, and he had open-toed shoes.
Very low.
Yeah, those are the Haitian. Those are Haitian sandals.
Very high.
Those are Haitian sandals. Here's the Jerusalem Jordan 1s. Nice.
I'm telling you, it's
I can see it coming back down to the low though, to be fair.
Poppy, you black.
There it is, a POC to POC trade. POC is point of control.
No black. No black. Dominican.
I haven't traded that in a while. Looks like it's done some work.
This thing's gonna turn red.
I think it goes red.
POC 30 points.
It's fighting for its life.
Still really good.
I really think like there's no pullback on a move that aggressive. I do think there's a pullback. Honestly, just don't know if I want to take it. I popped my one fucking Apex eval that was fucking up Brad, and it popped 3K under what the account starts at due to trailing, but
It's starting to look crazy
now, and it's like, do I swing my pros?
with all these fucking pictures and stuff out here. So, gonna get rid of these now, since these are invalidated,
Make sure you guys lock in with Funded Next.
and make some space to see clearly.
They're seriously like
The first trade idea was the best.
in the game right now. What's this guy?
I don't want to hear these new people. I wanted to hear the direction
What he
they
just
were
said?
taking.
I think he's talking about Brunting.
So they had taken the short just like my first idea, and now their thought is
You like arroz?
they're waiting for the buy or the flip until they see better confirmation.
Mongo, papi, you like mayo ketchup? You like plantain? Why are you up here?
He said, "It is my answer."
Can can you dance?
Of course, it's in his blood.
You could do a little dance like one of these. What's the Dominican thing where they're always like, ba ba
The bachata,
ba
bachata, bachata,
ba
bachata,
ba
bachata.
ba? You know how to do bachata?
Of course, it's in his blood.
This gap has been filled.
He was dancing bachata before walking.
Gap has almost been filled.
Right.
A buy at the top of Pock like that would be really good.
He's not. I mean, bro, he's not lying. Like,
No, he's not. Okay, so can you show us a little bit bachata? Poppy, stand up, play. Poppy, play music. Play music, Poppy, play music. I would love to see machata. Yeah, if you could just do a machata
no,
dance.
it's not machata. It's horchata.
Matcha. If you could do the matcha dance, I would love to see the matcha. Pa, 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 matcha. Matcha dance. Pa, 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 pa. Poppy. And then right before you start dancing, go, Poppy, I know black. Pa, 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 pa. I do the matcha. Pa, pa,
I do the matcha.
pa, pa.
Yo, bro. Hey, Poppy, listen. I play the bachata for you.
Somebody
Don't
play the
worry.
fucking matcha.
Don't worry. Bachata song. Bang.
Pa, pa.
Hey, what's a good bachata song? You're with the Dominican, huh?
Here we go.
Good shit, babe.
Here we go. Let's do this.
Hey, hurry up. I'm on television.
I'm on television. How about I do the matcha?
Hold on, I got some shit for you. Right? It's
I know black.
anything from Aventura, right? All right, got you.
Come on, what are we waiting on? Let's get it going. Here we go.
Ah, but this is too smooth. But this is a little suavecito.
Hey, this is
you
good.
feel me? Hey, I know black.
Alright, we've got our first
Here we go.
breezy out of the board,
You hear it?
out of the fake out. The first one,
Yo, you don't hear it, Poppy? Listen.
2 gaps above.
You can't hear it? This is nice, Poppy. You do the matcha. See?
Hello.
Okay, play it on the phone. Llama, hold on. Llama,
Better
mute
remember,
yours.
please? Yeah, that's good. Better remember, please? Thank you.
Llama, mute yours. See that? See that? Yeah, say
See
Poppy.
my
I know
right
black.
here. Ay, ay, ay. Mierda.
Hey,
Hey.
that's
You see the
Dominican.
hips, though, Max? It's all in the
Poppy, that's
hips.
Dominican, Poppy. That's Dominican.
It's all in the hips.
The hips don't lie.
Ay,
Hey,
mi liga. Look at
hey.
this. That boy is moving right now,
Oh,
though. I'm
Poppy,
telling
that's
you,
Dominican.
that guy crushes puss, bro.
Yeah,
You could just tell.
yeah. Two things I crush, Poppy: puss and baseball. That's true.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what it is, but they got full control of their hips in Dominican
Yeah,
Republic.
and you know what? It's like there's no like pauses. It's like a constant state of
No, it's
like
constant. It's like an
it's like
ocean.
a constant state of like it's nice movement. Like if I did that, it would be like stop, 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 stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 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 bro. I'm telling you,
That was great.
very
Hey,
impressive.
that was great.
Very
He said,
impressive.
of course I can do matcha. What's the other one? Matcha, and what's the other type of dance?
Merengue.
Merengue. Merengue. That's whipped eggs on the top of a lemon dessert. You can do
Yeah,
that?
the meringue. Yep, yep.
Can you do the meringue?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, he can do anything, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These guys are born.
They just
These
like
are
when they're
born
very
doing
young,
this shit.
because it's amazing.
Yeah, before walking, bro. Yeah, I'm
I'm
telling
trying
you.
to practice patience by not being proactive and being a bit more reactive.
You have to learn
Before
before
7 years
7.
old,
So waiting for some sort of confirmation before
at 8 years old, and you
moving in for actual trade.
The shit out of you.
Um, it's just not um, clear at the moment. Have a look on a different time frame.
Yeah, all right. Tell to email me the invoice again. more impressive than the hips? The footwork. The footwork in fucking DR is
5 minute
crazy.
gap right here.
I love it ball.
I love baseball.
I love it baseball.
Big Papi, the national treasure, Papi.
The
Hey,
national.
Papi, Big Papi, national treasure. He's also no black.
Look at
Big
this
Papi,
guy.
no
Yeah,
black.
look, bro. I'm telling you. On what?
Oh, if you don't know how to move, how you gonna move on the bed?
Right.
Right. I
Right,
don't.
right,
I
right.
don't. I
I
don't
don't.
move.
Yeah, he does missionary.
I do missionary.
You know what? Missionario.
What do you think about that?
Talk to us, Theodore. What do you think about that? Right.
On what? You can say it.
Say whatever you want.
Having a look with this 5 minute gap to see if the VWAP line breaks up with the midline.
No, you're right. You're right.
Sorry
You're
for
right.
the
No,
fat Garrett.
it's one of the
Now
real
that we've got a 5 minute reversal,
ever
might just do a second fib,
He not lying. I mean, bro, he not
different
lying.
colours for it as well.
Should I
Yeah, it looks like
missionary?
it's almost the same as the other fib that we have. Fib 2.
You have to rest. You have to rest the belly.
You gotta rest it, Papi. You gotta take a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah,
This guy's
bro.
out of control.
What?
This guy's
This
out of control.
that is serious business, bro.
I don't want to reset these fibs to
Smashes tortas. You can tell.
not see the ones.
He
He
smashed
works at the
torta.
torta factory. You can tell. What's the biggest woman you've ever been with?
Not sure if I need to see.
But less than 200 could mean
Oh,
a lot of things.
fib 2.
Tall?
We have less line.
So you like tall fat, not short fat.
The thing is in DR, bro, in DR they all thick as shit.
Are they?
Thick.
Dominican women are pretty thick.
Got fib 1.
Dominicana come mangú y mira.
that in a couple minutes. And well,
There's an I in it. I knew I liked you.
has done over 25 points. Whereas our second idea of the day didn't play out. 23-point loss for that one. But we're okay. We haven't traded yet. Back down to the POC. The potential reversal here. We've beaten the previous low. Also nowhere near VWAP. Different indicator. Our indicator shows we're back up to mid. Price is moving down. Is coming back down to potentially fill in the gap, and then might break through or push off of orb. Puck is slowly moving as 20 seconds left on this candle. This candle here, if it goes up a little bit, then it's gone. Now let's hit POC. It has a decision to make whether everyone's going to respect POC. think so. Then we've been away from VWAP for a bit. Sell at VWAP is something I would do if I was trading heaps. But that would be proactive instead of reactive. And I don't have much experience with what happens after the reaction. Sometimes they can push off VWAP to the standard deviation 2, which is the other curved blue line at the bottom of the screen. Or it could have a small reaction and then retrace the last candle steps over a few candles and go the other way. But this is a trade that I would take if I wasn't trying to hit a specific type of trade. First trade played out well for 50 points, which was the target based on points alone. Um, but I'd probably chase it pretty sharp, up with over 100 points. And our second trade idea didn't work out. Kind of made like 15 points before it failed. Maybe I would have had a 10 point stop loss, but I'm gonna place my stops at the previous low. We've hit VWAP and now we're at POC. I would sell there. A low day. Potential reversal spot. But three solid candles like this, especially with a push, be a tell. those two trade ideas lacked out. Actually, the first trade idea out of these two, it definitely worked. I would have probably moved it. My stops to break even, if not catching some sort of profit. But the risk to reward on that is pretty good anyway. Filled a gap and then got a 4-bar play here off a 3. It's not a 3-bar play. Or three soldiers, I think. That play. This should definitely break through that. Sorry, the 4-bar play could have pushed through that. Have a look at some fundamentals. This here is good trade right here. And the reward for it. 27 points. last time I seen this type of action where pushed out of the orb, fake out, pushed back up, slowly, gradually, kind of not really presenting much, it then dropped heavy. Then it done the same thing the next day. Maybe that's what's happening here. Need a good entry, so possibly off of the orb below. And I should be okay with taking orb down to below. Is it 34.5? Which is about the same as the trade I took yesterday. So basically what the price is doing at the moment is you're gonna wanna your way. Other thing that could happen is this right here, filling in this gap, now filled, and then possible fake out, possible going straight back into orb. But I just had this thought and it's kind of playing out. So here it is. Let's get ready for sell. Okay. Here's the possible sell here. See what happens. Be reactive, proactive. Kumara is. That helps me. I'm a dickhead. $337. $43. When did this drop happen? Okay. Go to the 5 minute because I'm not seeing much. One, three, from from yeah. Copy. Targets down day. Okay, we've got a doji down here at the orb. Kind of convincing me to go the other way, to be honest. No, it's not. Now it's convincing me to sell. Okay, my first thought was a sell at the very beginning. I caught that, then waiting for a reversal kind of back to the top. But I also wanted, the reason why I didn't catch these buys is because I wanted price to hit the low first. I can still see it coming down to hit the low. This spot here is kind of good. I was saying earlier, and got 8 point stop. The risk to reward is really good at the moment. I'm in. Have a buy here and my stop loss. And take profit. Yeah. issue with the POC that's here. Don't want to see a reversal of this POC. It is a strong level though. We hit standard deviation 1.5. Price is reversing. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. Trust the process. We waited all night. We waited for this. So let's just wait. With a good risk to reward, we're not losing. Got 106, which is it's heaps, but in hindsight, the small risk to reward compared to some of the other trades we've done, like previous one over here would have been about I'm not sure if that's $1,000. I think it's okay, 500. If this threesies down, it's a good area for a second contract. I'm not willing to risk adding in a second contract or it to flip back on me, but what I would do is move my stop loss down to break even or something similar. I would like to see this drop. Now I'm looking for the drop on a 4-bar play, otherwise we're not moving. So if we're not moving, then I'm going to move my to break even. Sweet, so we're in profit now. Nothing to worry about. Had a rejection on the 4-bar play. And we've been taken out for I think 60 points, $60 or something like that. Unfortunate. Should have taken out at the 250 or 300 mark. I think we reached 300. Let's have a look at what we hit. 5034. .25 was the trade, and it stopped at, I mean it came down to here, so 15 points, 300. We got stopped here at 25032.25. Should have trusted the process, obviously. You can see it dropping again, but and with the risk to reward being so small, could have been okay. 160. 2 points. What is that? I think I was like at 45, so that's like 2 points. 2 times 20 is $40. $40 minus fees, which is I think is like $2.60 or $4 or something. Now to stick to my stick to the rules, have discipline, can't trade anymore, so log out here. It's okay. And then keep an eye on the trade. A pat on the back for discipline, waiting. Still a good trade at the moment, you know, if we kept our stop loss high. I think I got psyched out myself, where I didn't want to lose any money. So even though I had told myself that it was a good risk to reward, like I would have lost 160. So I'm like wavering in between being gutted about not hitting this trade. Like right now that's 500 or something, so I would have passed the account on that. Also being happy about the way that I traded, which I think is better than just passing the account anyway, because we just pass the account and lose the account anyway. So I think it's a dub for trying to instill better practices. What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. So what is the joy I have from this? Discipline, patience. $40. I found $40 on the ground. I would be happy. I'd take it. Not worried about trying to pass an account or just the wrong mindset. Be grateful. Gotta humble myself every day. Just wanting to watch in the last few moments what happens at this point. Need to give more time for trades to breathe. I think doing half an hour trades, you know, trading, being in a trade for half an hour is kind of where I've seen the big trade from yesterday happen too, and where I've seen a lot of other really good trades happen, playing out properly, kind of letting it do its little like dance around before heading in the direction. Yeah, it's looking really good. If I had traded all of these trades that I've jotted down, we would have won like 75% of them at least. Have a look. One win, one loss, unless we got scared and broke even. 2 to 1. Three to 1. Ended up being a good trade. But the rest, you can see the rest of what is like, what am I doing risking, like, what is that? Like $750 just to try and make, what is this, like 600? That's crazy. So even though these would have won, like, those are bad trades, in my opinion. This trade up here, really good trade. Probably, yeah, that's the trade of the day, that one. Especially for 100 points, you know, looking at this $2,000. That was trade of the day for sure. But I was too scared because it was too early. And I had a different trade in mind. And here we go. The current trade idea is just hit, which is wicked. Cool to see. That's what I was here for anyway. I want to see this and what would happen next is probably the reversal from here. But sometimes it just don't work like that either. Like we bounced off, like as I was saying, I've seen this happen before where it drops and then it just fucks around and slowly climbs, and then there's a little spot where it doesn't go and make a new high, and that's when pretty much like time to sell. How much is that anyway? If we were to do any of them, it would probably be this spot here, or yeah, this spot right here. 62 points it was, and that's pretty good. That's like 1,240, I think. There you go. The reversal is happening now. Yep. Reversal is happening. I could do another little push down, maybe tap this yellow line, but just the psych level as well being 25,000 price level, most likely going to reverse there. Okay, recounting the trades: 1 dub, 1 loss, 2 dub, 3 dub, 4 dub, that was a dub for sure, 2 loss, 4 dub, 5 dub, 6 dub, 6 solid trades. And then here, if we're doing proactive, which we can't, that's another trade there. Would need to look for a confirmation here, or possibly the 15-minute orb retest for a sell, or now that we've swept the low, we'd buy all the way back to the top. So let's see the reaction here. If there is a hard sell on this, then it's most likely going to keep selling from here. It tries to break into orb right there. Could be the faking. Nice rejection. You're looking for sells for the rest of the night. Good day trading. What was that? 6 dubs, 2 losses. GG's. Looks messy as the heck. Let's try and clean this up. If this is the max, that it's going to look like terrible. Need Instagram box. If this trees up, then it's a buy for sure. Your sweep of the low, three soldiers, and then a treasy. Didn't play out, stayed underneath the box. It'll be a quad now. Here's the sweep. Here is the mobile plate. That's a real healthy push up. Look for a small retracement to this line or to the orb, and then buy there. Rest of reward is 12.75, which is about 240. 255. There's a scale in right there as well. Scale in opportunity at the orb and valley area. With a 5-point stop loss. I would target the POC with hopes of pushing all the way to the top. Or at least filling in one of these gaps. 2 gaps there. One that should be filled, and there's a potential later. Especially since it hadn't gone up there. There's the fake out. Push down the POC. 12.75, that $255 loss, and then from the scale in, 5-point loss as well, which is $100. There we go. That's how the overtrading works. Take 1 in profit, take 1 in loss. But because we stuck to our rule, even if it's $40, we're in profit. It was 2 losses before, now it's 4 losses, 6 wins, 4 loss. So I guess that's a 60% win rate. Before these two, it was only out of 6. I think the win rate would have been, 60%. The big difference just from 2 trades. Insane.